Hey, what up, 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 what it do? What it do? What it do? Happy Friday to everybody in the crew, man. Welcome to the family. It's your boy, Big File Opinion, back with another live video, and tonight it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. Like James Brown, man. Make sure y'all get in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. And if y'all don't do nothing else, please don't forget to sub to the channel if you haven't already, because tonight we finna go in. We going in. We going in. You hear me? You hear me? Man, go tell your auntie. Go tell your uncle, the one that don't know how to work his phone good. You know what I'm saying? Tell him about Big Vi. This is where he need to be at. You know what I'm saying? This is where he need to be. What's up, Miss Lady T? LC, what's up? Miss Melanda, what's up? T Glenn, what's up? Honey Drizzle, what's happening? It's your boy, Big Val Opinion. Oh, man. Last night, if y'all thought last night live was explosive, West Coast shit, you feel me? Last night, boy, look here. We had some words for Tiffany Haddish last night, but tonight, boy, we got a few choice words for Charlamagne, both the old Charlamagne and the new Charlamagne. Oh yeah, last night it went down with Tiffany Haddish over here last night. LC, where you was at? See, last night line was up there, but y'all know what, man? Look, bro, I seen some of the footage from Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears show, and when I tell y'all, I am ashamed. I am embarrassed. I'm telling y'all, man, it's not looking good. When I tell y'all, I'm not putting this shit on my platform because I'm not trying to get in trouble for none of that. But when I tell y'all the shit is very, very inappropriate, it's exactly what I said. It's very, very, very inappropriate. Very inappropriate. But we gonna get this show on the road. You know what I'm saying? Everybody come on in, man. Come on in. Don't leave me in here by myself. Don't let me sit in here by myself. I thought we were family. I thought we were cuz. I thought we were family. Yeah, man. I seen clips from the show. I tell you. I seen clips from the show, and man, I tell you, the shit is so inappropriate, bro. So inappropriate. It's so inappropriate till I'm not gonna even display it. It's that inappropriate. This guy, Ari Spears, I don't even understand how do you even fathom to do some of this shit? Like, who told these people that some of this shit was even okay to do? Like, this is, man, I tell y'all, the shit, it was very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. What's up, V White? But yeah, I got a message for these. I got a message, though. And I want this message to get across. And I want this message to be heard.
A time when you just embrace bad energy. Like, you've always been a guy. Like, if you come outside, I feel like you're a guy that you're gonna just deliver good energy.
Right. Cause, I mean, that's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good dude. I mean, at the risk of, you know what I'm saying? You know, over flattering myself, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm simple. You know what I'm saying? And I like to, I see what's in people. You know what I'm saying? You know, I see people. I see the good and I see the bullshit too.
Okay.
I got a phrase that goes, always trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in the fact you can see them well. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, trust. It takes so much energy to not trust someone. You know what I mean? It takes too much energy. You gotta say 2 steps ahead of them, whatever. But trust them to be them.
To be themselves.
Trust a snake to bite you. Trust a lion to lie for you. Trust a thief to steal from you. Like, trust them too. But know them when you see them.
The time when you just embrace bad energy. Like you always been a God. Like if you come outside, I feel like you're a God that you're gonna just deliver good energy.
Right. Cause, I mean, that's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good dude. I mean, at the risk of, you know what I'm saying? You know, over flattering myself, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm simple. You know what I'm saying? And I like to, I see what's in people. You know what I'm saying? You know, I see people. I see the good and I see the bullshit too. Okay. I got a phrase that goes, always trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in the fact you can see them well. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, trust. It takes too much energy to not trust someone. You know what I mean? It takes too much energy. You gotta say 2 steps ahead of them, whatever. But trust them to be them.
To be themselves.
Trust a snake to bite you. Trust a lion to lie. Trust a thief to steal from you. Like, trust them to be them. But know them when you see them.
Trust them. Trust people for who they are. And when they show themselves, understand that's who they are. When they show themselves, understand that's just who they are. Now, we talked about last night here. We talked about karma, right? We talked about karma. We talked about people who tend to overlook the fact that they may have a past. They tend to overlook the fact that they may not have always been perfect. What's up, Miss Hot Pink? People tend to overlook the fact that they fell short at some point. But one thing about life will always keep lifing. You know what I'm saying? Life will always expose itself. There's no way around it. People tend to fix their mouth. They tend to talk about another person's situation. They tend to kick people while they down. They tend to drag people. You know what? And me myself personally, I don't like to speak on other people's situation, or if I didn't see this for myself, or I didn't hear them, if I haven't heard their side of the story. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for someone to start to spread rumors about you as an individual when you're not speaking, when your side of the story hasn't been told. That's easy. That's easy to do. It's easy to point the finger when you're hiding in your truth. It's easy to point the finger when you're hiding in your truth. But what are you going to do when your truth introduces itself to you? Can you stand and face the person in the mirror that you know you are? Not this person that you portray to the world, not this person that you put out in front of the camera. Can you stand and face that person in the mirror that you know you are? The one that you're running from, the one that you're trying to hide, the one that you're trying to cover up. Because we all come from something in life. Ain't nobody got through this life being perfect. We all have fell short. We all have made mistakes. We all have done things outside of God's likeness. But we're human. We're not perfect. Mistakes are meant to be made. But one thing you have to understand when it comes to speaking on other situations, you have to remember it takes two people to have a conversation. It's easy to talk about what another person is doing. It's easy to talk about what another person has done when they're not there to defend themselves. Yeah, you had the right away to say whatever the hell you want. But can you stand to that person face to face and have that same energy? I doubt it. I doubt it. It's like a lot of, you know what I'm saying? You ride past a house, you walk past this house every day and the dog on the chain, right? You walk past a house every day and the dog on the chain, guess what you doing? You stopping. You stopping. You stomping at the dog. You playing with the dog. You charging at the dog. You sitting there playing with this dog because you know that dog is on the chain. But what the fuck are you going to do the day you walk past and think that dog is on the fucking chain and realize that that dog is no longer chained up? Where's that energy going to go? What are you going to do when you realize that that dog that was normally chained up every day that you fucked with is no longer on a chain anymore? Can you defend yourself? Can you defend yourself? Can you face that? I'm quite sure a lot of motherfuckers can't. You're going to run. You're going to be hollering. Help! Somebody help me! You're going to be looking for help. But was that dog able to call for help when you was fucking with that dog? Was that dog able to get help when you was walking past every day fucking with it? You know what I'm saying? See, people be quick to talk and speak on other people's life when they can't be confronted by that person. But when you see that person, oh man, what's up? What's up, man? How you doing, man? Yeah. How you been? Yeah. How the kids doing? How your wife? You know what I'm saying? How your mama doing? How your dad doing? Yeah, when the last time you talked to your brother? Yeah, you want to have a friendly conversation. But it's all this rah-rah shit when the person ain't around. Them the type of niggas I dislike. Anytime a person can speak ill of another man without even knowing this man's perspective, or knowing anytime a person can speak ill of another woman, not knowing that woman's situation, I don't have no respect for that. I can't respect that. I don't, and that's just the principles that I was raised up on. Those are just principles that I was raised up on. You hear me? That's how I feel. Welcome everybody in the chat. Everybody. Them just principles that I was raised up on. I ain't finna talk about what a person going through or what it looks like they're going through because I don't know their story. I don't know why this woman is out here standing on the corner selling herself. I don't know why this brother is standing on the corner selling drugs. I don't know why this lady is stealing out the store. I don't know why this man is stealing out the store. I don't know. I don't know their circumstances. I don't know what they dealing with at home. I don't know. Who am I to talk about them? Who am I to judge them? If anything, if I'm blessed to be in the position that I am, I should be trying to help these people. Man, what's going on, man? Man, don't steal it. Man, how much that cost? Let me pay for it. Miss Lady, why you out here? What's your situation? What's going on? Let's try to get you some help. But you know what we do? Man, look at that hoe. Man, look at that bitch. Man, look at that old stealing ass nigga. That's what we do because that's when we see people struggling in our community, when we see people struggling in our culture, you know what that shit look like? We laughing. Man, look at the old broke ass nigga. Man, look at that hoe, man. It's funny when we sit back watching our people struggle, when we sit back watching our people going through shit. We sit back laughing at other people's pain. We sit back laughing at other people going through situations that we don't know how they got in it. We sit back laugh at shit because it's funny. Everything ain't funny. Because the same shit that's making you laugh today can be the same shit that make you cry tomorrow. How you gonna handle it? Can you handle that shit? Can you handle the same shit you laughing at today if it came knocking on your fucking door tomorrow? Can you stand up to it? Can you face the music? I know a lot of us can't. A lot of people, a lot of our people that's walking the face of this earth is scared to face themselves. They scared to face themselves. We all battle with demons within ourselves. We all have issues that we dislike about ourselves. But we can sit here and look at another person and call theirs out. We can sit here and look at another person and laugh at theirs. Ain't shit funny about it. That's one thing. The same shit that make you laugh will be the same shit that make you cry. Who gonna wipe your tears? What you gonna do when a motherfucker laughing at you? What you gonna do when a motherfucker, you have to explain this shit to your kids? Can you explain that pain on your face to your children? Can you explain those tears to your kids? But you can sit up and laugh at another person who's going through a situation that they don't know how this storm came about, but they living in it. They going through it. I can never respect a person who kicked a motherfucker while they down. I would never respect nobody who kicked someone while they down. That ain't the intention that God gave us as humans. We're supposed to love our brother, love our neighbor. Whatever happened to the fucking love? Everything's a fucking competition when it comes to our culture. How you get that car? How you get that truck? How you move over here? How you get that house? Oh, I gotta go get a bigger house. I gotta go get a better truck. What the fuck the competition for? No, who we competing with? The only person we should be competing with in life is God's mercy. That's the only thing we should be competing for, God's forgiveness. But we done got so lost in the sauce, it don't make no damn sense. I thank God each and every day. I no longer have my grandparents, but they instill something in me called integrity. I have it. I'm a man. And one thing I'm not going to do is kick a person while they down. That's not in me. That's not who I am. If I can't help you, I damn sure ain't going to hurt you. That's the problem. And that's the problem in our community. That's the problem with our people. A lot of these motherfuckers like to cover up their pain by laughing at other people's pain. At the end of the day, you still gonna have to face yourself. Can you face that man in the mirror? Can you deal with you? How many of y'all can deal with y'all self? Motherfuckers. How many people can really say they proud of themselves? Welcome everybody to the chat. I'm not ignoring it. Welcome everybody. But how many of us can really say they are happy with where they're at in life? But instead, you got people around here laughing at another person because they down. Making a mockery out of someone's life. You got people going around, oh, I'm smoking on your dead homies. That's what life about now. Oh, we gonna disrespect the dead. Man, what the fuck is going on in America? But if ain't nobody gonna speak about it, I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak. Because that's what God put in me. When I say karma, what goes around comes around, that means whatever you put into the universe will come back to you. So if you putting out negative energy, guess what you're going to get back? Negative energy. You put out positivity, guess what you're going to get back? Positivity. One day, your goddamn worst enemy might be the person to save your life. How you gonna take that? How you gonna take that? How you gonna accept that? The shit that we sit around, man, some of the stuff that I hear come out of people's mouth, I be like, man, how can you? All right, y'all. That's enough, man. That's enough. But today we here for Charlamagne, the God today. I just want Charlamagne to understand. Charlamagne, you put something out into the universe. You put something out into the universe, Charlamagne. And guess what? It's gonna come back. People talk about R. Kelly, right? Have y'all ever heard R. Kelly one time mock and make fun of any of these women who are alleging that he assaulted them? Have y'all ever heard Robert Sylvester Kelly make fun of, mock, laugh at any of these alleged victims who accuse him of these crimes? Have y'all ever heard Robert Kelly even speak on these situations? Have y'all ever? But you got someone like Charlamagne who sits up on worldwide media platforms, radio airs, and talks about how he assaulted this young lady as if she ain't shit. And people in the world have the nerve to be in outrage with Robert Kelly, but they not outraged with this guy, Charlamagne. How is the people embracing this man who sit here and antagonize this young lady as if she don't have no feelings? But they will take out the time to come on these platforms of people who advocate for Robert Sylvester Kelly and have every fucking thing in the world to say about us, about the people that advocate. But you got a man who sits on platform, on a radio platform, and antagonize the woman that he assaulted. And nobody's upset about that. Where's the Me Too for that? Where's the Black Girls Matter for that? Where's the help for that young lady? But then we got a brother like Charlamagne that can walk around and make statements like this.
With everything you've heard, with the whole thing like this, R. Kelly's still sexy and attractive.
No, he's never been sexy. He was never sexy. It was the lyrics that was sexy. So, no, he's never been sexy. I think it's foul if he locking up kids and doing things to them. That's wrong. And then why they not like you gonna lock a dude that, didn't they lock up old boy for fighting dogs and he didn't actually fight the dog?
Yeah.
But he got kids locked up and they ain't doing shit?
I think R. Kelly is trash, and I don't understand why we keep accepting R. Kelly in the culture, because we have ousted people out of the culture for less. He called himself the Pied Piper. You know what the Pied Piper was? The Pied Piper literally, a child molester. He literally played music and led kids out of a village never to be seen again. Why do we give R. Kelly country? I don't get it, man.
It's so ironic how a woman can sit there and call a man a child molester who has groomed children. Tiffany, you ain't ready for this shit. But Charlamagne, You say you don't see how people can do this and you don't see how people can do that. But I don't see how people can listen to shit like this from you with your bitch ass.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I got this girl real drunk. And
Just that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking.
They sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with her. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk as shit, and we had sex and shit, and like. A lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. We're not doing that. I'm not gonna let you run the train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So
it's just one-on-one. It ain't rape.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, oh, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later. She's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? One of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. Okay. I was there the whole time. Yeah. He did not fuck her. Yeah. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker there.
Compliment, man. A girl just said, yo, at least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her.
Hey, if it was any of your cousins or friends who have been raped,
I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the Spanish Fly?
I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but listen,
was she passed out while you fucked her?
I feel like the guy asked him a real question. He said he don't feel like he raped her because they had intentions of having sex. The guy say, so why would you put the Spanish Fly on her? His response was, I'm a freaky motherfucker. Are you serious? You sitting on radio. You doing interviews. You laughing and talking about this shit. Like this young lady is not even existing. Like this young lady won't possibly hear this shit. You sit and laughing about this shit as if it's a joke. But you got the nerve to sit here and talk about you don't know why the people accept R. Kelly. Who the fuck are you? Because I know one thing for sure, Charlamagne. You don't like yourself because this person with the blue is who you was in the beginning. And this is who you are now in the black. See, you are a person who dislikes yourself. That's why you went through these changes because you trying to run from those demons. You trying to run from that past that you have. You don't want to look at this man on the blue because you think you're a new person now that you done bleached your skin. You know what I'm saying? You do all this shit to your face. You think you're a new person now. But you still are the same guy that's right here in the blue shirt. Y'all the same people. No matter what you do, no matter how you reconstruct yourself, no matter how you try and change who you are, your goddamn heart and your past is still the same. You're the same individual. You are still responsible for this young lady and the trauma that you caused her. You got tired of looking at that man in the mirror in the blue, so you try to change your identity, hoping that will get you past it. But guess what? This shit is going to come back. This shit is coming back on you, Charlamagne. You cannot run from your past. You cannot run from your past. Your past will catch up to you at some point. You a freaky motherfucker, right? But you sitting here talking about getting an underage girl, E&J, and Spanish Fly. But y'all had all intentions to fuck. That's what you say. So what was your purpose of giving her liquor in Spanish Fly? Then you gonna say, oh, I took some of it too, had me haunted in a motherfucker. If your intentions, if you and this lady had an understanding that y'all was gonna get down with each other, there was no need. There was no need for you to do what you did. There's no need to do what you did. But see, this is you though. You trying to run from your past, Charlamagne, thinking you can reinvent yourself, but your past is your past. That shit is set in stone. It's already been done. There's nothing you can do to avoid what's coming for you. There's nothing to avoid what's coming for you. To hear that young lady crying the way that she was crying, that young lady is a real victim. You ain't seen this young lady on Surviving Charlamagne. You ain't seen this young lady on the VMAs at the movie awards. You ain't seen this woman going around on ABC, NBC, doing interview after interview, getting paid. This woman is hurt. This woman is hurt behind the hurt you caused her. This woman is struggling behind the pain you caused her, Charlamagne. And for you to have no remorse, for you to have no regrets, for you to sit and laugh, antagonize this woman. Gonna say, oh, at least it was you. So you want me to tell me that this woman, you took advantage of this woman when she woke up after being drugged and alcohol poisoned by you. All she could say was, at least it was you. Are you fucking serious, dude? Are you serious? But you and Tiffany Haddish both sitting here side by side. Y'all are pointing the finger at Robert Sylvester Kelly, but look at the fucking skeletons falling out of y'all closet. Look at the skeletons that's falling out of y'all closet. Charlamagne, you the same. You admitted on live out on Breakfast Club the way you abuse your wife. The way you abuse your wife when she don't want to deal with you. Oh, I strong arm her. I take it from her. You are an aggressive ass man. Everything about you, everything you speak about, you are not to be trusted when it comes to a woman, bro. But you got people following you. You got people supporting you. When you sit here and you plead guilty, you pled guilty to this charge with this young lady. And the only reason why shit didn't go as far as it should have went is because the young lady mother tried to protect her and her image. At the same time, she thought that was the best thing to do, but she hurt this young lady even more so because she should have got justice and had your ass locked up. You should have been locked up. Because now look at the outcome of it. Look at the outcome of her mama trying to protect her image and not moving forward with the charges and bringing her daughter to face your ass. Now you sitting on these platforms making a mockery out of the situation, laughing about the shit. Like it ain't, you have no remorse for what the fuck you did and the trauma that you caused this young lady. But y'all can speak on Robert Kelly, but y'all have yet to hear Robert Kelly go on any platform and talk ill of any of these women. You never heard Robert Kelly talk negative of these women that's accusing him. Even the women that are, and it's so ironic though. It's so ironic that these women that are accusing Robert Kelly of abusing them, these women are saying, but I love Robert Kelly. I still love Robert Kelly. I ain't heard this woman that you abused one time say she love you. I ain't heard this woman speak nothing positive of you not one time. These people who are accusing Robert Kelly are saying he's a good man. He was good to me. I still have love for him. This woman ain't saying none of this shit about you. These women ain't saying none of this shit about you. This woman ain't saying nothing good about you, Charlamagne. But you sit on your platform on the radio and you make fun of this young lady. Laugh at this young lady. You admit, now that you have played to a lesser charge, you admit to giving this underage female ENJ mixed with Spanish fly. This shit is a joke to you, bro. Why aren't the community holding these type of people accountable for their actions? How is it that this guy get to flaunt around from platform to platform talking about how he seduced this young lady into a sexual situation that she did not agree with? Because how in the hell you gonna tell me she agreed with it, but you had to fucking alcohol poison the lady and mix it with Spanish fly? How you gonna tell me she agreed with it? And if y'all listen closely, if he had the opportunity, he would do the shit again. Just listen to how he talk about it.
Ariel, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I got this girl real drunk, and
that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking
They sell knives in the sex store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk as shit, and we had sex and shit, and like, a lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to run a train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So,
it's just one-on-one. It ain't right.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, oh, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later, she's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? Because one of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. I was there the whole time. Yeah. He did not fuck her. Yeah. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker there.
That's a huge compliment, man. A girl just said, yo, at least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her.
Hey, if it was any of your cousins or friends who have been raped,
I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the Spanish fly?
I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but listen,
was she passed out while you fucked her?
The man said, so why would you put the Spanish fly in there? Because I'm a freaky motherfucker. Man, are you serious, bro? Man, this shit is disappointing. All the shit you hear this man just admit to, everything you heard him admit to, these people are accusing Robert Kelly not of the Spanish fly shit that makes a woman sexually active, but these women who are alleging that Robert Kelly gave them liquor and things of that nature while underage. This man did the same. This man gave a young lady that was under the age of consent alcohol. And not only did he give her alcohol, he gave her something to entice her sex drive and end up having sex with this young lady. And he's laughing about it, making a joke about it. He talks about how he sexually assaulted his wife. But people are out here, they want to call Robert Kelly a monster. But listen at this motherfucking evil being. Listen at what he just said. How could you fix your mouth to speak on another man when you got your own goddamn skeletons in your closet? That's what I just said. How many of us as humans can really deal with the person that we look at when we look in the mirror? I know for a fact Charlamagne can't deal with himself. I know for a fact he can't deal with himself because look at what he used to be and look at how he is now. He couldn't deal with himself. He know what he has done. Just because you change your image, it don't change your heart. Your image can't change your past. Everything that you have done has been done. You have to pay for that. And God don't give refunds. Ain't no refunds with God. You gonna have to pay for that. This young lady out here crying. This young lady out here trying to pick up the pieces. And you out here doing interviews making fun of this woman. You out here doing interviews making jokes about the situation. But you can point and talk about all the accusations that R. Kelly are being alleged, are being accused of. But what about you? Did you tell a radio host that the young lady was underage when you gave her this ENJ in Spanish Fly? You didn't admit to that. You didn't admit to that. Make that make sense. You're going to admit to certain shit that you did, but you ain't going to admit the whole truth. You shouldn't have been giving that young lady ENJ. And not only did you give her ENJ, you put Spanish Fly in it. Make that make sense. Welcome everybody to the chat. Bless One, Toy, Miss Lady T, Dream Team, Linda, Lavish Lady, J-Rock. What's going on? What's going on? I seen Lovely Shauna, Darlene. Welcome everybody. Roslyn. Nothing nice. What's up? What's up? Lisa, what's going on? But see, this is why people should be outraged with these groups like Me Too, these groups out here that's mute R. Kelly. This is why people should be outraged. This is why people should be outraged. What's up, Lex? Man, hey, come on up, man. We ain't got long tonight. I'm looking for the fellas. Where y'all at, fellas? This is why people should be outraged with these organizations, because they are backed by people like Charlamagne. They are supported like people like Tiffany Haddish. This is why people should be outraged. This is why people should have a problem with these organizations. This is why people should be outraged about these organizations, man. Because these are the type of people who's hiding underneath these corporations. These are the people who are being covered by these corporations. The real predators, the real monsters, the real evildoers. He's the real fucking problem. Him. Guys like him that want to sit down and tear other guys down, but then want to run around and make fun of this young lady as if she don't have feelings, as if she don't matter. Maybe she needs Jim Derogatis to tell her story. What about the girls? What about the girls? Where's Team Truth? Why they ain't over there on talking about Charlamagne? Why are all the government spoke so highly of some people who's supposed to be out here trying to protect little innocent women, black women, black girls, and women? Why are these people? Why are they pushing the issue about this brother right here? We're supposed to be able to hold our own accountable. I can't talk about people on in other cultures, but I can speak on Tiffany Haddish. I can speak on Charlamagne. I can speak on our people. I can speak on our culture. I can hold our people accountable. But why are the people that's out here attacking Robert Kelly, why are they at when this brother is out here making fun of this young lady, antagonizing this young lady, making this lady have to relive that night he did all this fucked up shit to her? When he talking about this on platform as if it's just another night in paradise. Man, that lady, that had to feel like hell for that lady. And the fact that you alcohol poisoned her, she really don't even recall everything that went on. You fed this woman so much alcohol to the point that she had to ask you what happened to her. At this point, I don't even believe you when you say that nobody else touched her. Because first of all, if you was trying to protect this young lady, why would you let people in the room to look at her naked? Make that make sense. I believe you lying, and I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. This young lady had to ask you. This young lady had to ask you what happened to her. So, man, this is sad, man. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Oh, R. Kelly running around calling himself the Pied Piper. They just put their own spin on it. He the first one. He the Pied Piper. No, EJ, I haven't seen it. And shout out to Ashley Davis. I seen this shit with Tiffany Haddish. How are y'all doing us? Whatever this shit was, y'all got these little kids on this phone fucking show the entire time the little boy only had on his underwear. The little kid only had on his underwear. They got, then it's so hilarious to the point to where they got R. Kelly music playing. I'm only describing some of the graphic bullshit that was on this shit. Tiffany Haddish, you walking around with a little boy on your fucking hip with only underwear on. And you dropped the little boy off to Ari Spears. And he's sitting here while the little boy playing with this toy. Man, this shit is so inappropriate. What happened to the integrity in our people? Motherfuckers will do anything for money. And once R. Kelly don't confine to the masses, once he don't go along with the get along, all of a sudden they want to make everything about him because he wouldn't get down with their propaganda. Man. It's a cold, cold world, man. It's a cold world that we living in. It's a cold world that we living in. But Charlamagne, karma will come back knocking. Karma will come back knocking at your door. And I'm going to need for you to ask yourself, are you going to open it and welcome it in? Or are you going to fight against it? Are you going to try to fight against it? Ain't no motherfucking extortion, Tiffany Haddish. You did. Y'all did what them kids are alleging y'all did. Y'all did it. I don't know if it was y'all intentions or whoever edited this shit the way that they edited it. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. Right here. The young, he alcohol. Look, Charlamagne alcohol poisoned the young lady. The young lady don't even remember nothing the next day when she wake up. Y'all gotta listen to the shit he's saying. The dude is lying still. He alcohol poisoned the young lady. She don't remember shit. She wakes up the next day. She asking him about what happened last night. He tell her, ain't nobody deal with you but me. But when I hear him say the other guys saw her naked, this, that, and the third, but I ain't let them in the room, that's a fucking lie. Charlamagne, one thing about the nature of a man, I can speak to that. I can speak about being a man. I can speak about being a man. I can speak about having friends and doing shit that young guys did as teenagers and things of that nature. If your homeboys came in that room and saw that young lady sloppy drunk like that, butt naked, you didn't protect that young lady. What's up, Styles? How you doing?
Hey, bye. Still recovering, but so far so good.
You feeling better though?
Yes. On to better life. Thank God.
Okay. That's good. Thank God. Praise God for that. Any good news, any progress is good progress.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to go back to work, but I can't. So
It's, you'll be good to go when it's time to go.
yes, sir. I just wanted to come up real quick because I just took this medicine, but the reason why what we're listening to right now don't match that girl story because I believe there's another female. I live where he's from, basically.
Okay.
And when she told her story, she talked about where they were at. She talked about the hospital she went to. But on this particular
Yeah.
recording, when he's talking about being somewhere that's way too far away from that hospital. I think he was in Myrtle Beach or something, he said.
Yeah.
It's way too far from the hospital that the young lady that he actually had the charges with.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have went to that hospital. So it leads me to believe this is somebody else. Is other than her.
Yeah, she said another girl was with her.
It's a whole different That's why I'm
A
saying I
whole
heard the whole story, and she said she went to Somerville Medical. Somerville Medical is nowhere near the beach.
right.
It's so many hospitals between there and Charleston area.
Yeah.
I live in Somerville, so he's not talking about the same female because that young lady also said that his cousin and somebody messed with her
Yeah.
in the bathroom before he did. And then the girl was saying she was trying to help her, but she wasn't coherent enough. And she walked in and seen him like standing over her. He ended up leaving, whatever. But she said that she had to borrow somebody's cell phone to call the girl's mother, and they took her to that particular medical center. So whoever he talking about in this video, she ain't come out. It's somebody else. So this almost like a serial thing, because if he said he did it to his wife, because he said hindsight, and she said that he already R-word her.
Yeah.
So
He
ain't no
told
telling how many
he
females
told
he did
Envy.
that.
He told Envy and Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club he be strong arming his wife. All type of shit.
That's because he a. I don't like that dude. I never met him, but I can't stand him. It's just something. I wouldn't even want to go around him. Just something about him don't vibe right with me. But yeah, I believe that's why the story don't kind of match up because he didn't talk to that girl ever again after that. She said she has not talked to him. So whoever he talking about, he talked to in the morning. That's not the same girl. And how he got out of that is because her mom was afraid to let her
Yeah.
testify.
Yeah, the
And
mama
then
tried to protect her image and didn't want her to be.
Whatever he signed and agreed to, it made it where she couldn't come back later and
Get
change what she said.
charged. Yeah.
So it wasn't that he didn't do it.
No, he admitted to doing it. He pled to a lesser charge, and that the girl couldn't
Right.
come back and pursue charges later on. Because the mama, she said when she spoke, she was saying she tried to protect, her daughter's image, and because her daughter still had to go to school and didn't want people picking with her and things of that nature. But I feel like the mama dropped the ball. You should have went all the way with the situation.
Yeah,
Because
he
now look at what
yeah.
he's doing. He's on these platforms. People have to hear his voice. And whether it's that girl or any female that he has came in contact with,
And
that
it
he's
was so
sitting around.
disgusting how he came into their family and reassured them she was gonna be safe and all that stuff, and then took her to that party and let that happen. And it was crazy because her cousin was drugged before she was. She wasn't even going to drink. But yeah, whoever he talking about in the video, that's not the same young lady.
I don't know. He started to remind me of Junior off Player Club though.
Ain't no telling how many females he done did that to. It's probably somebody right now saying,
Cause it
"Oh my
don't just
God."
start. That's the whole. It don't just start.
He was doing that. That was before he even got famous. He was still working for the radio here. I think he was like an intern. So that's before pre Wendy Williams and all that stuff. I don't know if he was trying to climb the ranks then, but yeah, like you say, it's.
Trying to change his image. Look, motherfucker, you still Charlamagne. No
But
matter
that's
what you.
identity. That's an identity crisis because he's homosexual. They try to appear as though they are not, but I don't care how many women you take advantage of and how much you change your look, you still that person.
You
And that's
still that
okay
person.
if that's you, but you're messing up your wife and all this stuff doing all that mess. Be who you are. Ain't that what they be saying on their show?
Show your face.
They agree with everything. So why not be who you are? But that's all I wanted. I just had to
Thank
come
you
up.
so much for coming up. I be loving to hear from the women. So, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Good night. Good
Good
night, y'all
night.
in the chat.
All right.
I'm in the chat
Be
though.
safe. Take care of yourself.
I'm in the chat till I doze off.
All right.
All right.
And I'm starting. Where was this young lady? Where was this young? I would love to know where was this young lady's father around the time of this situation. I wonder was this young lady's father present in her life around the time of this situation? Because it's to me the biggest problem I have with it all is that this dude is going around. I mean, the way that he talks about it is if it's just it's just nothing. The way that he speaks about it as if it's nothing, that's the part that pisses me off. That's what's pissing me off. This young lady went to the hospital. She did the police report. She did everything. Now you look at these so-called victims in the R. Kelly case. They didn't do none of that. Didn't do none of that. But Charlamagne, right, LC, I believe it. Because it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy that this is an ongoing thing. This is a situation, and the shit just to the point to where you can sit around and you feel as though you can sit around and make statements like you make. You can say the shit you say. But what goes around comes around. You better believe.
With everything you've heard with the whole thing like this, R. Kelly's still sexy and attractive.
No, he's never been sexy. He was never sexy. It was the lyrics that was sexy. So, no, he's never been sexy. I think it's foul if he locking up kids and doing things to them. That's wrong. And then why they not like you gonna lock a dude? Didn't they lock up old boy for fighting dogs and he didn't actually fight the dog?
Yeah.
But he got kids locked up and they ain't doing shit?
I think R. Kelly is trash, and I don't understand why we keep accepting R. Kelly in the culture because we have ousted people out of the culture for less. He called himself the Pied Piper. You know what the Pied Piper was? The Pied Piper literally a child molester. He literally played music and led kids out of a village never to be seen again. Why do we give R. Kelly country? I don't get it, man.
He lied about the Pied Piper. 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 You want to call, how do you call somebody a child molester when you have pled guilty to molesting a child? Charlamagne. How do you call someone a child molester when you are out here, you are an admitted R word. You admitted to this. But you see, when you speak negatively on the brother Robert Kelly, do y'all understand how many people who have spoke ill of Robert Kelly? Have y'all seen the power of God working in those people's lives? Have y'all seen God working in the lives of these people who have came against Robert Kelly? Have y'all noticed God has been working on those people who has came against Robert Kelly? Understand that. Okay, Miss Milani, what's up, Pebbles? Have y'all seen the destruction of these people who has came against Robert Kelly? They shows is going to trash. They losing ratings. They losing relevance. They getting booked. They truth being exposed. See, that's what I said earlier, man. Can we, until we as people be able to confront, until we be able to confront our own past, until we are able to confront our own wrongdoing, there's no need to be pointing fingers at other people. You talking about my wrongdoing is not making your wrongdoing. No, you talking about me doing wrong. It's a good point, Linda. It's a good point. That's what it is. I cannot go out here as a man. I can't go out here as a man and make poor ass decisions and blame other people. That's why I tell people when I have conversations sometimes or anything, with just life, I can speak about me. That's one thing y'all gonna understand. I can speak about me. I can speak on me. That's something y'all gonna realize. I can speak on me because I'm me every day I wake up. This is me. I am him. When people, you this way because of that. Oh, you this way because of this. No, I'm the way I am because these are the decisions and the choices that I make. I'm the way I am because of my decision making. It ain't got nothing to do with my mama. It ain't got nothing to do with my dad, because once I became understanding and aware of the choices I was making, guess who was responsible? I'm responsible for those choices. I know the right from wrong. I know hot from cold. I know day from night. So if I choose to go out here and make wrong decisions, guess who's responsible for that? Me. I shouldn't be over here making fucked up choices. Then I come look at Lisa and say, well, since Lisa making bad choices, well, I'm gonna just get on Lisa about her bad choice making, and so I don't have to address mine. You know what I'm saying? If I see Styles, I'm gonna go talk. Styles, you wrong for what you doing. Styles, you wrong for doing this. I'm addressing everybody else's bad decisions. I'm addressing everybody else's bad decisions, but I'm not addressing my own. That's the problem. People like Charlamagne, people like Tiffany Haddish, people like all these people out here that want to address Robert Kelly, but they can't address their own shit. How could you not address your own shit? Because guess what? At some point, you're going to have to address that problem. A leak is only a leak for so long. What up, Unc? How everything been going with you, man? We missed you last night. But I'm telling you, it started as a leak. But if you let that leak continue to drip, that drip gonna start to pour. That pour gonna start to flow. And before you know it, you're gonna have a whole stream. But people don't understand. If you fix the leak today, you're gonna have. That's what we need to start practicing. People need to start fixing their leaks. Fix your leaks today so you don't have a flood tomorrow. People don't think it can happen that quick. That's the problem. People don't think it can happen that quick. That's the problem. Just because it's a leak today don't mean it won't be a flood tomorrow. People walk past that leak and say, oh, it ain't that bad. I'll get it tomorrow. That's how we do with our problems that we have in life. We'll walk past our problems and say, oh, I'll just deal with that tomorrow, man. Look, I don't want to hear about it. Man, I'll talk to you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Man, just put it over there. I'll fix it tomorrow. We always talk about tomorrow. How is it we always talk about tomorrow, but when God tells us tomorrow is not promised to none of us? So why do we think we have time? Why do we think we have time to fix problems tomorrow? To fix relationships tomorrow? To fix situations tomorrow? Tomorrow not promised to none of us. Tomorrow is tomorrow. We got to start addressing our situations today. We got to meet these situations at the door. We got to stop looking at other people's life and we look at somebody else's life and we sit here and just take their life and we analyze it and break it down to the T. Oh, what? Damn, he got another woman over there? Every night, it's another woman over there. Oh, he got a new car. Oh, what do you know on that car? What happened to the old car? Girl, hey, did you see this? Girl, did you see that? Man, look at that. You know, we can sit there and do that with other people's life each and every day. But how many of us can address our own life situations? How many of us can deal with them cutoff notices? How many of us can deal with not having that money for the rent? How many of us can deal with not having that money for the car note? How many of us can deal with not having that money to pay your insurance? How many of us got life insurance? How many of us can go to sleep without worrying about where their next meal gonna come from? We'll be sitting in our fucking house starving, worried about somebody that's hungry. Make that make sense? Can you make that make sense? You sitting here starving, but you want to worry and talk about somebody that's hungry. Well, I tell you this, I'd rather be hungry than to be starving. We got it so. What happened? What happened to our people? What happened to the love? What happened to the, let's let the facts show? What happened? We be so quick to speak on other people's life because it takes the attention off of the problems that we deal with internally. How many of us are ready to deal with our true self? We seeing this in the R. Kelly trial. We seeing a lot of these accusers who are not ready to deal with their true self. So instead, they put the blame on one person. But the person that they put the blame on, God built that man to be able to carry the load. That's why he's still staying. Only a few are going to be chosen. Only a few is going to be chosen. And y'all see when these people start to speak negative on this man's life, the power of God, what it does, it causes things to scatter. Some people you just can't speak on. Sometimes you got to know when to be quiet. Sometimes you got to know when to talk. Everything ain't meant to be spoke about. Everything ain't meant to be touched. But we as a culture, we feel like we can criticize each other. We worried about who can be the best nigga to master. We want to be the number one nigga. Can you make that make sense? So when we see these people being protected, when they have committed some of the same, they have committed and pled guilty to some of the alleged crimes that Robert Kelly is being alleged of, we see who is protected. Make it make sense. Man, I tell you, I thank God. If it wasn't for God, ain't no way I would have the understanding that I have, man. I thank God for allowing me the vision, the discernment, to understand what it is that's going on in life. What it is about life that really means something. Because I could have been a hater. I could have been a hater, but I'm not. I could have been a dope fiend, but I'm not. I could have been a thief, but I'm not. I could have been a liar, but I'm not. I'm a man. And I take accountability for my actions. If I do something, I'm going to stand on it. If I disrespect you, hold me accountable. I'm not exempt from accountability. I'm no different than anybody in this chat. I'm just like y'all. I'm human. I make mistakes. I fall short. I'm human. But I am not in a race to be the best nigga on the yard. That's not a race that I'm willing to run. I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to be true to me. I'm going to be true to y'all. I'm going to be true to my kids. I'm going to be true to God. Because God sees all. He hears all. He knows all. And that's the problem why these people are catching karma. Because they done these things in the dark thinking that God ain't see it. They thinking they didn't got away from God. They thinking they didn't escape justice. You might escape the police, but you will never escape God. God will let you live the best life ever. And when you get it, and when you get to that point in life, when you think you finna start enjoying life, things will start to happen in life. And you will start to realize that your karma is coming back. It's time for you to address the person you was 20 years ago. What are you gonna do when you 50? What are you gonna do when you 60? And you gotta address that person you was 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. That shit you done forgot about when God started to remind you. Hey, remember you did this? Do you remember who she is? Do you remember who he is? Do you remember this little child right here? Do you remember this teenage little girl right here? Do you remember this teenage boy right here? See, when you think you losing your memory, God will refresh your memory and let you understand. He wants your vision to be clear when he come back to give you this karma. So he gonna wipe away all the things that you thought you knew, because he gonna clear that vision so he can show you. Now it's time for you to pay for this. You remember this elderly person that you messed over in this facility that you thought didn't nobody see? See, a lot of people do things that they think when they think people are not watching. But how many times have we heard that you should know God sees all? He sees all. Just because you think you're in the dark doing something don't mean that God doesn't see it. There's nothing that you can do that God don't know. Your spirit is connected to God. He knows what you're doing. He knows what you do. There's nothing that you can hide from the eyes of God. And we must all face that judgment. But when you go to face that judgment, you're not going to face that judgment talking about lovely one. You can't go to God saying, hey, I seen Lisa do this. You can't go to God and say, I seen Linda doing that. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to God and say, J-Rock hit me first. When you go to God, you got to face your own sins. You have to face your own sin. You going to face your own judgment. Nobody else is going to be a part of that. So when these people out here that's scared to face themselves, and other than facing their own problems, and other than dealing with their own issues, they want to point at R. Kelly. They want to point at Bill Cosby. They want to point at George Foreman. They want to point at Michael Jackson. They want to point at Prince. They want to point at Kobe Bryant. At some point, what are you going to do when you are alone with Jesus? When he come to have that conversation with you? Can you admit to God? Can you be truthful to God? But I know some of these niggas a lie to God. I know some of these niggas will try to lie to God. Some of these niggas will steal Christ from Jesus. Because that's just who they are. But what my boy DMX say? What X say?
The time when you just embrace bad energy. Like you always been a guy. Like if you come outside, I feel like you're a guy that's you're gonna just deliver good energy.
Right. Because I mean that's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good dude. I mean, at the risk of, you know what I'm saying, over flattering myself, but like, you know what I'm saying, I'm simple, you know what I'm saying, and I like to, I see what's in people. You know what I'm saying? You know, I see people. I see the good and I see the bullshit too. Okay. I got a phrase that goes, always trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in the fact you can see them well. You know what I mean? So it's like, trust. It takes so much energy to not trust someone. You know what I mean? It takes too much energy. You gotta stay 2 steps ahead of them, whatever. But trust them to be them.
To be themselves.
Trust a snake to bite you. Trust a lion to lie. Trust a thief to steal from you. Like, trust them to be them. But know them when you see them.
We got to trust these people to be themselves. We got to trust these people to be themselves. So I ain't going to keep y'all long. I really just came on here. I came to just introduce this brother right here. You know, them. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Nisi? What's up, ATB? You know, I came. I feel like I delivered. If y'all do, y'all feel like I delivered. Y'all feel like I delivered? Do y'all feel like I got the message across tonight? Do y'all feel like I got the message across tonight? I feel like I delivered tonight. Charlamagne, who's that peeping at your window? See, one thing about self, you can't run away from it. No matter where you go, no matter where you go, self will always be there. Whether you looking in the mirror, whether you looking at a shadow, whatever it may be, you can never run away from self. How many of us can deal with self? How many of us can deal with self? How many of us can deal with self? How many of us are willing and ready to look in the mirror and say, hey, you, I want my life back? Because the only way only way that you can start to live is when you take your life back from self. You have to address the things within yourself and take control of your life back. A lot of us are bound by those things that is being held inside of us. We can't continue to point the finger at our sister. We can't continue to point the finger at our brother and try to justify the way we feel through their actions. At some point, we're going to have to address self. Hey, you, I want to take my life back. Hey, you, I no longer want to be bound by the things of the past. Repent. Go to God. It don't need to be nobody but you and him. And whatever that conversation may be, guess what? You tell me a secret that God ever told. Tell me a secret of yours that God ever told. Can't nobody do that. Because God is the greatest listener. He's the greatest listener we ever known. How many of us can deal with self? These two people right here, these two people you see on the stream, sat here just a few years back talking about Robert Kelly, calling the man out of his name and everything. But look at the past that they come from. And now, sometimes your past tend to become your future. And we're starting to see these people past starting to become their future. Because they didn't address these issues. They didn't want these skeletons to come out the closet. These the skeletons that they didn't want to be revealed. But God say, since you don't want to speak about it with me in private, I'm going to make it to where y'all have to speak about it in public. Man, look. See, if they would have spoke about these issues to God in private, they would have never came public. But since they want to run, God say, I'm going to make it to where now y'all have to address the public. We're going to let the people be the judge of y'all decision making. Can you live with the choices that you have made in life? You say, when I'm done, all I can do, and there's nothing more left to say, Jesus, I look to you. Telling you, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I thank God for y'all. Man, this platform, when I come on here, when I come on this platform, it's like an out-of-body experience. When I come on this platform, it be feeling like an out-of-body experience, man. It seems like everything that's in me, it just comes out. It just comes out. These are the things that I talk about, the things that I speak about. It just flow out. I have no control over it. I have no control over what I say. When I come on this platform, I allow God to use me in the way that I'm being used. I'm not a big talker outside of this platform. I don't talk a lot outside of this platform. I talk more on this platform than I talk in my personal life. But I tell y'all, I be feeling relieved. I be feeling like, whew, thank God. Because I feel that message be overwhelming. It started to grow big within me. That's why I want people to understand this. When you have leaks in your life, don't keep walking past that leak. Because one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be in a flood. And then you're going to panic. You know when you panic in a flood in water, when you swimming, they say panicking is the number one thing not to do. So if you're having a leak in your life, I advise you to address it. Fix it. Don't walk past it. Because when it started to flood, you start to panic, there's nothing left. There's nothing left you can do. There's nothing left to do. There's nothing left that you can do when life starts to flood and overwhelm you. When life starts to flood and overwhelm you, there's nothing left to do. Once you panic, Hey, don't become that person that panic because you allow things to linger on. Don't become that person that panic in the midst of the flood of life. Because life will flood you. Life will overwhelm you. And we keep on thinking, oh, I'm going to fix that tomorrow. Or I'm going to do that tomorrow. Sit that down there until tomorrow. I'll deal with that tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us. So, like I say, every night on here, every night I come on here, and tonight, I guess it was by God's design that I had to be on here tonight by myself. But you know what? God designed me to be on here tonight by myself. Well, you know, this the part of the family reunion. This the part of the family reunion where we start to eat. So, y'all know, like I know, I'm gonna need for everybody. I'm gonna need for everybody to get their plates, get their silverware, get their cups. I don't know what you're drinking, Kool-Aid. I don't know if you're drinking lemonade. I don't know if you're drinking tea. I don't know if you're drinking wine. But whatever it may be, it's time to be seated. Get your plates. And guess what? When you come to this family gathering on the Big Vi experience, you know, I say it all the time. There's no to-go trays over here. So if you know somebody that ain't here, go tell them about how good this cooking was. Go let them know about how good and let them know what about the good that's going on over here. So next time, bring them with you so they can get their plate. So next time, bring them with you so they can get their plate. I thank each and every one of y'all for coming tonight. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming. If you like to support the channel, my cash app is $ Big Vi Opinion. If you have any information that you would like for me to go over, if you would like for me to discuss within the platform, email me at bigviopinion88@gmail.com. Most definitely will. I most definitely will get your email. I most definitely will respond back. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all share. Most importantly, make sure y'all sub to the channel. Because that's how we grow this family over here. Like I say, all y'all my cousins. All y'all my cousins. We family. We family tied in over here. We family tied in over here. So with that being said, I'm gonna get ready to take us up out of here. Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you tonight with bowed head. God, I want to ask that you watch over us all. Each and every individual within this platform, within this world. For God, I know that you are a way maker. God, you say you would never leave us, nor would you forsake us. God, give us the courage to deal with issues that we have within our personal life. God, give us the understanding to know that there's no sin too big and there's no sin too small. But God, help us to understand that forgiveness is something we must seek. And the only way that we can be forgiven is if we come and confessed our sins. Lord, I want to ask that you go inside these hospitals. I want to ask that you place your healing hands on anybody who's going through something, anybody who's suffering. God, I want to ask that you give our people hope, that their strength, give them courage. Never give up. Keep believing. Keep believing. Keep confiding in the word, your word. Father God, I want to ask that you go out on these street corners where these people that are homeless, people that don't have shelter. Father God, I want to ask that you place food in the mouths of the hungry. God, I want to ask that you place shelter over the heads of the homeless. God, I want to ask that you go inside these prisons. Touch the heart of these people who are being incarcerated, locked inside these cells. Give them hope, God. That's not their final resting place. So long as they are living, they should be working to get out of there. No man was born to be caged in. And as for me, Father, I just pray that you continue to watch over me. I just pray that you continue to protect me. I just pray that you continue to allow me to do what it is that you designed for me to do. Every day is not a good day for me. But guess what, God? I understand that I have a mission to complete. And each and every day, I'm a soldier in the battlefield for the Lord. God, I won't quit. I won't be silenced. And I won't be removed. And with that being said, God, in your son Jesus' name I pray, amen. 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 Y'all be blessed. Take care of y'allself. Love y'allself. Love your family. Love your kids. Love anybody and everything that means something to you. Cherish it. Cherish those moments. Tomorrow not promised. Tomorrow not promised to none of us. And with that being said, man, God loves y'all. God loves us all. Until next time, Big Vi, out of here.